Imagine being so desperate, so hungry, that stealing a simple loaf of bread could seal your fate with death. Welcome to 18th century Britain, an era dominated by a legal system so severe it became infamously known as the Bloody Code. Today, we'll journey into this harsh period, uncovering how minor infractions led to major consequences, and what this reveals about justice and society in that time. The term Bloody Code wasn't used during its time but was later coined to describe the drastic increase in capital offenses between the late 17th and early 19th centuries. By the late 1700s, over 200 crimes were punishable by death in England and Wales. These weren't just heinous acts like murder or treason, they included seemingly trivial offenses by today's standards. Consider this: stealing goods valued over 12 pence, roughly the daily wage of a laborer, could lead to the gallows. Cutting down a neighbor's tree or poaching game from an aristocrat's land? Death sentences loomed over these acts. The legal system was unforgiving, aiming to instill fear as a deterrent. But why such severity? To understand, we must delve into the societal fabric of the time. The 18th century was a period of significant change. The population was growing, cities were expanding, and the gap between the wealthy elite and the impoverished masses was widening. The elite, who held legislative power, were deeply concerned about protecting their property and maintaining social order. They believed that imposing harsh penalties would deter the lower classes from committing crimes, especially those threatening property rights. Imagine standing trial for stealing a loaf of bread. The courtroom is intimidating, the judge stern. Evidence is presented, perhaps the testimony of a shopkeeper. The value of the bread exceeds 12 pence. The verdict? Guilty. The sentence? Death by hanging. Public executions were not just punishments, they were spectacles. Crowds gathered to witness justice served, reinforcing the power of the law and the consequences of transgression. Yet, these events also highlighted the brutal reality of the legal system. But did this draconian approach work? The answer is complex. While the threat of death was intended to deter crime, it often led to unexpected outcomes. Juries, sympathetic to the accused and aware of the harsh penalties, sometimes acquitted defendants despite clear evidence, especially for minor offenses. Moreover, the rigidity of the law meant that many were executed for crimes that, by today's standards, seem minor. This raised moral questions and debates about the fairness and humanity of such a system. As the 19th century approached, voices advocating for reform grew louder. The Industrial Revolution brought about social changes, and the need for a more equitable legal system became apparent. Reformers argued that punishment should fit the crime and that rehabilitation was preferable to execution. This led to the gradual reduction of capital offenses and the rise of alternative punishments, such as transportation and imprisonment. Reflecting on the Bloody Code offers valuable insights into the evolution of justice. It underscores the dangers of a legal system disproportionately focused on punishment over rehabilitation and the importance of balancing deterrence with humanity. Today, as we strive for justice systems that are fair and just, the lessons from the Bloody Code era remind us of the perils of excessive punishment and the enduring need for compassion in law. What are your thoughts on this chapter of legal history? Share your insights in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explorations into history's complexities.